So it's cool that we get to do more horizontal videos. I appreciate both, but I think it's a different dynamic when it's horizontal. So here it goes. Those that are just joining me, thank you. And this is a way that I'm kind of creating a vlog, if you will, of my journey and experience over the past, specifically 5 years without any Crohn's symptoms, when it dictated every ounce of my life prior to. So one of the anniversaries that I want to make sure to mention out here is just a different one, right? Because in January, at the end of January, that was my 5-year anniversary Crohn's free. Here towards the end of February 23rd of 24, this year is 16 years ago, coming through a massive wreck that, interestingly enough, showed up at the perfect time to stop the process and help me manage the Crohn's symptoms when it was kind of at its worst. And man, oh man, I had been battling with it for a year super hard. And when that wreck happened, it gave my body a complete reset and break enough to say, hold on. And I was able to have a daughter. So they said I couldn't have kids, and I've had one. The interesting part about this wreck, and more layers that I peel off to do work around it, Crohn's is debilitating at times. There's not going to be a part of me that's ever going to forget that piece. When we encounter something of that capacity, we're meant to remember it for a reason, but not feed into it and subordinate our health and our soul and our energy to it. So I'm going to use it to pivot forward and use it as leverage to go into the next stage of my life. Now, all the hyper focus that it's been on regaining that physical energy and learning the new me, the new body. One of the pieces that I don't talk much about, I've mentioned it, but I really don't go into great length, and it's not to say that I'm living in fear about it. It's just a realization of how much of a miracle that I'm playing out here in this life. And at the end of February, when my husband and I had a major wreck, that was 16 years ago. And to give you some kind of context around it, in a nutshell, him and I broke everywhere he cracked. And when I say I broke every bone in my face, my palate in half, and my chin horizontally. Lots of reconstruction, but no plastic on my skin. Nothing happened to my skin. And I remember mentioning that to the doctor, and as they were getting ready to unwrap my face like a mummy, if you will. And I was like, wait, did you do something to this side and not to this side? Like, am I going to age kind of wonky? I'm just kind of wanting to know what it's going to be like down the road. And they were like, no, Rebecca, all we did was peel your face down and put you together again like puzzles, like a puzzle piece. And they constructed 8 plates on my face. I don't know how many screws. The right eye socket was completely destroyed. They don't even realize or understand how I could still have like an eyeball to be able to function and see. And over the course of doing this work on me for the past 5 years, as hard as I've been like just looking at different angles and different things and perceptions and how I'm looking at life and processing or not processing things, trying to walk away, my vision in my right eye has started to be able to focus again. Like, it's unbelievable stuff happening. Different nerve endings that they said I most likely would never be able to feel. I've been numb since the wreck, when they did all the reconstruction from here all the way back to here, has been numb. And different parts of my face are waking up. They're remyelinating, they're reconnecting again, and they're sending messages to my brain and go, ooh, that's a new space. So it's a different way of getting reborn, if you will. And I have no idea why I was meant to experience. Does any of us ever really know why we're meant to experience what we encounter in this life? I have no clue. The doctors are in such of a state of like disbelief. They don't even know how I was able to make it through the wreck. And my husband, I guess it was like 2 years after the wreck, my husband found out that for 48 hours it was critical whether or not I was actually going to make it. They had called everyone in that they could get a hold of to come and basically pay their respects to me the day that it happened. They had no result or didn't have even an inclination that I was going to make it through it. So to be here, being able to share anything that I can with any of you that decide to come on board and check out what I have to say, what different things you can ask me. I am an open book. It's just awesome to be 16 years ago. My entire life flashed before my eyes like an indescribable moment and feeling where you literally, let's just put it this way. When that incident happened and the truck proceeded through, my husband knew there was nothing he could do to stop. And we weren't meant to stop. We were meant to keep going. We were meant to get hit from both sides. And we were meant to land in a field in its own safety net instead of keep plummeting. You know, if it would have been a different circumstance, a different part of the country, you know, gone down a cliff or what have you. We basically, just to kind of give you even more value around it, we hit ice and slid through a major highway and got T-boned from both sides. And just to remember what that feeling was in that truck that day of the helplessness, not being able to stop, hitting that ice and sliding through, makes me sit and now look at it and go, what was I not willing to stop and give a second chance to take some thoughts and not bum rush into something? What was I sliding through in life, not just from the physical side of me, but on the mental side? And there is more to that story to kind of follow up later on down the road, but that's my heart for you today, of just looking at it in such a way that I am so blessed to have had that wreck to give me a stopping point at the moment to get some kind of relief from Crohn's, because my body literally just stopped. It stopped going to the bathroom. It stopped biting me in my stomach. It stopped to give my body, the rest of my body, a chance to rest and recover, to go through all the surgeries that brought me to who I am today. And Crohn's was necessary. The wreck was necessary. The healing process, the recovery, the frustration through it all was necessary. The avoidance to help me teach and learn a different way of showing up and looking at myself and speaking about myself, speaking about how to help others through the process of seeing what they're capable of. Maybe, heck, I don't know. This is just a learning experience all to itself. I never once dreamed that I would be not only willing, but able to talk about all of it and not be a victim to it. And that's what I am so grateful for today. So thank you all. Much love. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in. I'll see what I can answer for you. If it makes sense to create and give me another reason to do another video, by all means, I'm all ears, and whatever I'm meant to do to help you through and see the beauty that you are meant to bring to this world, just know that you are loved. Take care.